Hey guys, what's up? Max here. Guys, if there's one thing that fascinates me about Dragon Ball fans, it's your incredible curiosity and capacity to create theories. Reading your comments, I realized the large amounts of doubts and theories that you have about Dragon Ball Hakai, and so I needed to make another video answering the questions about the series. So in this video, we're going to answer more questions about Dragon Ball Hakai, and maybe your question could be here. Curious to know more about Goku God of Destruction? Stay connected to the channel, and let's get to the video. The first question, which is very often asked, is where to read Dragon Ball Hakai. You could read it on the official website of the Hakai channel. The link will be in the description of this video. But there on the website, you can do much more than just read Dragon Ball Hakai. So take advantage of your visit to read the news, information, and curiosities about Dragon Ball that will be available to you there. Another frequently asked question is about the video schedule here on the channel. We have a new video every day. Every day there's Dragon Ball content here for you. So take the opportunity to subscribe here on the channel and turn on notifications to always be notified when a new video will be made. The next question is actually a set of questions. The subscriber wants to know when Goku wears his God of Destruction clothing, how many months Goku will have to train to master his powers as a God of Destruction, and how will be Goku's transformation when he uses his full power as a god. Regarding the God of Destruction uniform, it was said by Vados in Chapter 3 of Dragon Ball Hakai that Goku, when he is on his planet or at leisure, can wear whatever he wants, but when he's working as a god, he needs to wear the uniform. About how many months Goku needs to train to control his power is uncertain. In Chapter 5 of Dragon Ball Hakai, we know that Goku had been training with Vados for a month, and according to their dialogue, Goku has advanced considerably. But despite this, clearly he needs a lot to improve, like Vados herself told him. And in Chapter 6, as he fights Krista, this is even more evident, but I'll talk about the fight against Krista later. And the last question in this set of questions is, how will Goku's transformation be when using his power as God of Destruction? The answer to that is, we don't know yet, but theorizing, maybe the transformation acquired by Goku is something similar to the transformation that Vegeta achieved in the Granola's arc. Or maybe Goku can find a balance between the energy of destruction and Ultra Instinct, achieving a unique form never seen before. There are so many possibilities. The next question is if Goku can still transform into a Super Saiyan. Yes, he can. There's no reason why he can't use the common Super Saiyan forms like Super Saiyan 1, 2, and 3, but from what we saw in Chapter 6, he apparently doesn't need to. While fighting Krista, Goku revealed in his thoughts that even though he wasn't transformed, he was using the powers of a Super Saiyan 3 against the King. That is, Goku was on the same level as he would be in a Super Saiyan 3, but without transforming. Maybe now that he has a divine body, Goku no longer has the need to transform his body to release power. This makes him spend less time and energy in the fight transforming and makes everything much more practical. About divine transformations like Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan Blue, it's a little harder to say. We know that Super Saiyan Blue, for example, is the Super Saiyan using Divine Ki. But what would this form using Divine Ki as a God of Destruction look like? We don't know yet. Now, a question that caused a lot of controversy, and actually, it's not just a question, but a general question. Why did Goku lose to Krista? Goku is a God of Destruction now, so why did he lose to a mortal? Isn't that inconsistent? Well guys, this fight caused a lot of controversy, but it shouldn't, since if you pay attention to Chapter 5, and especially Chapter 6 of Dragon Ball Hakai, you'll realize that there's not inconsistent in Goku be defeated. The problem is that many fans put passion ahead of reason and close the eyes to the details. To start, Goku wasn't literally defeated by Krista. Krista didn't knock Goku out or subdue him in combat. The fight was stopped by Vados because Goku lost control, and because someone had to stop the fight because of his loss of control. Goku considered that he lost the fight. In other words, Krista's victory was a moral victory, not a literal one. This is the first point. The second point is that Goku, as Chapters 5 and 6 were saying, had his powers limited by his lack of control over the energy of destruction. So while fighting Krista, Goku couldn't use his full power. It was made very clear by Vados in Chapter 6 that the level of power used by Goku at that time was lower than what he used against Jiren in the Tournament of Power. And another thing that people complained a lot about was that Goku was using Ultra Instinct, so it was impossible for him to be defeated. But guys, Goku isn't invincible. Just because he's using Ultra Instinct and he's already been defeated using this ability, and a recent example of this is Granola. Another thing about Ultra Instinct is that this technique does not have a fixed level of power, meaning Goku can vary his power while using the technique, being stronger or weaker depending on the situation. Again, an example of this is the fight against Granola, where Goku started out stronger and weakened over time. So despite what many people think, Ultra Instinct, even though it's a very powerful ability, is not absolute, and Goku, while using this ability, does not have a fixed power level. He can vary his power depending on many factors. Going back to the fight between Goku and Krista, it was made very clear that while facing the king, Goku was using less power than he used against Jiren. The exact power level is not known. All we know is that he was superior to his Super Saiyan 3, but between Super Saiyan 3 and the power level he used against Jiren, there's a huge difference. Maybe at that moment against Krista, he was at the level of a Super Saiyan Blue, or Super Saiyan Blue plus Kaioken increased 20 times. There's no way to know. Another thing that was made very clear in Chapter 6 is that Krista is no ordinary Saiyan. He has more than 1,000 years of life. So imagine that Krista is over 950 years older than Goku. And more, when he was still a boy, he managed to destroy an entire army that had invaded Sadala and was destroying the Saiyan army. In other words, 950 years ago, Krista was already destroying armies in her childhood. Can you imagine the level of power this Saiyan can have? Another important thing is that during his fight against the king, Goku remembered Broly, which perhaps means that Krista is a legendary Super Saiyan, like Kale and Broly. And if Kale, a teenager, did all that in the Tournament of Power, and Broly, who is under 50, beat Goku and Vegeta in Super Saiyan Blue, imagine a Saiyan with possibly equal potential but 1,000 years old. And imagine that Saiyan faced Goku with limited powers. Still, Goku managed to do a lot in the fight, like dodging several of Krista's attacks and throwing a punch that even Krista blocked. He was clearly injured. Well guys, I think you can already see that there's no inconsistency in that fight. What happened was a lack of attention for many people. Or maybe just an excessive passion. And about there being a Saiyan so powerful that didn't go to the Tournament of Power, that was also explained in the manga. And it's totally consistent with Dragon Ball Super, but in another video, I'll talk about it. And those were some more questions that you asked us. If you have any more questions or video suggestions, let us know in the comments, and we'll definitely read them. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to send a like and subscribe to the channel so we can get to 50,000 subscribers. Until next time, bye bye.